Hello VC, what's going on? It's me, Will, and I am back. And first of all, I'm sorry I haven't been around very much lately. I just been so busy in the last few weeks, not only with work during the week, but also during the weekends. I've been going to a lot of concerts, and I guess that's a good problem to have because I love going to concerts, but I haven't had much time to make any new videos in the last few weeks, so sorry about that. But now I'm back and I'm trying to catch up on some of my reviews. And of course, as you saw from the beginning of the video and from the title, this is gonna be my review of the latest Green Day concert that I went to see. Green Day is on tour right now. They are touring in promotion of their newest album called Revolution Radio. Great album, by the way, and they are touring through the US right now. They did stop in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, and of course I had to go see them. I was very excited about the show. I bought tickets way in advance to make sure that I get pit tickets because I like seeing Green Day down on the floor. And if you are a follower of my channel, if you watch my videos, you will know that I'm a huge Green Day fan. I've been a fan of them and I've been listening to them since the 90s, so of course I had to go see them. And I've seen Green Day several times in the past. I think this might have been either my 6th or my 7th time seeing them in concert. And Green Day is one of those bands that just never disappoints. They just put so much effort and so much energy in their performance that every single show is excellent. So I was very excited about this show. Of course I had to go see them and support the band. So yeah, this is gonna be my review of the Green Day concert here in Atlanta. But before talking a little bit about Green Day, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Against Me, which is the opening band for Green Day during this tour. And again, if you watch my videos, you will know that I also like Against Me a lot. I've talked about them a few times in the past in my videos. Their newest album called Shapeshift With Me is excellent, and make sure that you check them out. They did a great job at opening for Green Day. They play punk music similar to Green Day, and it was pretty cool how Laura Jane Grace spoke a little bit about Green Day during the performance. I don't think I got it on video, but she did mention how Green Day was very influential on Against Me, and actually the first punk show that Laura Jane Grace went to see when she was younger was a Green Day show. And she talked a little bit about how Green Day was so big on Against Me and on her music. So it's pretty cool. They did a great job. They played a lot of really good songs, some of the best songs from the new album, and it was really cool seeing them perform those brand new songs live in concert. Let's go ahead and check out a few clips from Against Me. Alright, so that was Against Me and opening for Green Day, and like I said before, they did a great job, and similar to Green Day, they usually do a great job in their performances. They put a lot of energy and their songs are excellent. But anyways, now let's move on to talk a little bit about the Green Day show. And fans of Green Day that had seen Green Day in the last few tours will know that they usually open the show with the Drunk Bunny, which is a guy dressed up in a bunny costume that goes into stage, and he acts like a fool. He falls down, he acts drunk, or maybe he's drunk really in real life. I don't really know, but he warms up the audience before Green Day takes the stage. And I guess it's pretty cool to see that skit for someone that's seeing Green Day for the first or second time, but for someone that has seen Green Day several times before, and this is like the third or fourth time seeing the same skit, I kind of wish that they had had changed it a little bit. They have done something different at the beginning of the show. But either way, it's still kind of entertaining to see a drunk bunny on stage. So that was still kind of cool. And they went on to open the concert with the song called Know Your Enemy, which is a great pick for an opening track for a concert, because it's a great song, but also a fast-paced song, and just an excellent choice for an opening track for the concert. The only problem that I have with this track, or with Know Your Enemy, or the version of Know Your Enemy that they played during this show, was that I would say 90% sure that they played a slowed down version of Know Your Enemy. Green Day fans will know that the studio version, or the album version of Know Your Enemy is slightly slower than the version that they usually play during concerts. For example, the live version that they played during the Awesome as Fuck DVD that came out a few years ago. Usually when they play live, they play it faster. But during this concert that I just went to see them a couple of weeks ago, I'm almost sure that they played the slowed down version, which I thought it was kind of weird. I don't know if I could be wrong. I'm gonna put a few links here in the description so you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. And I'm also gonna put a few clips here in this video so you can check it out for yourselves. But yeah, that's one thing that I noticed from the very beginning of the concert. Anyways, it was a really cool song, and they went on to play a couple of new songs. They played Bang Bang, the big or the hit, the single from the new album, and then they also played Revolution Radio after that one. And it was pretty cool to see Green Day playing new material, because as a fan, as a longtime fan of Green Day, of course it's very exciting when a band comes up with new material, and they did a great job. They also have a lot of like fireworks that they play during, or not fireworks, but they have pyrotechnics during the show, which adds up to a little bit to the experience as well. So it was pretty cool to see them play those new songs as well. Let's actually go ahead and check out a few clips of that part of the show. So yeah, that was the beginning of the show. Of course, very, very high energy. Again, if you had seen Green Day before, it's hard to describe the level of energy that Billy Joe Armstrong puts during his performance, or during the performance of Green Day. I think Billy Joe might be one of the best front men in music history, because of the way that he is able to move the audience and get them jumping and screaming and get it interacting with them. Of course, he usually brings people on stage, or he brings the fans on stage to sing with him, or to play with the guitar, or play the drums. He does an excellent job at interacting with the audience and get them moving. It seems to me like if one person in the entire concert goes out or leaves the show bummed out, thinking that it was a bad concert, it would be the worst thing that could happen to Billy Joe Armstrong. It makes sure that everyone in the entire arena is having a good time, and he does it very well. And I'll show you a few clips here and there about the concert, how he does it. Again, great stage presence as usual, great job at moving the audience. And also, he is something that kind of surprised me a little bit. He did get a little bit political, which was kind of interesting to me, because I thought that Revolution Radio as a whole was an album about the current situation in the world, but not necessarily political, compared to American Idiot. However, I guess since the results of the election, Billy Joe has become very political or very vocal on his political views. So he was very, very vocal about that, and being anti-Trump and about all the new things that Trump is trying to do. He was very vocal about that during the show. He did a little bit of a speech in a couple of the songs.
Americans, goddammit! Do you feel me? Do you feel me? I said,
All right, so from there, Green Day went on to play mostly kind of like a greatest hits set. This was a show that was, or a part of the show that was definitely aimed at the new fans of Green Day. They went on to play songs like Longview, Hitching a Ride, I guess Waiting, Basket Case, some of the bigger hits from Green Day from the 90s and from the early 2000s as well. Again, definitely aimed at the younger or the new Green Day fans. They didn't play that many old songs. I think they only played one song off Kerplunk, and I don't think they played any songs from 39 Smooth, which was a little bit disappointing for me because some of the best Green Day songs are from that era. But either way, they did play a few deep tracks. I would say just a couple of them. They did play Scattered, which is a really, really cool song out of Nimrod. But they played, I think, 3/4 of the song. And during the last part of the song, they didn't play the last verse or the last part of the chorus. They did something weird where they did it a couple of times throughout the show, where they start playing the song, and then when it comes to the bass solo or to the guitar solo, they move on to the next song, which I think it's they've done it before. Don't get me wrong, it's a kind of a cool effect, but I was really hoping that they would play the whole song, especially Scattered, which is a song that they don't play very often during live shows, and they just cut it during the first 3/4 of the song, and I was kind of hoping later on that they would go back to play the remaining of the track, but they didn't. So that was kind of weird, but either way, they did play Scattered, and they did play Waiting, which is another deep track. I guess it was kind of released as a single, but it wasn't very big hit single, so it was still kind of cool to see them play that song. So yeah, then at the end of the show, they did close the set with a couple of newer songs, and then they did a couple of encores where they played American Idiot, Jesus of Suburbia, and then they closed the show with a second encore where they played a couple of acoustic songs, which they've been doing the same thing for the last few years. When they play live, they close it with Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, and then now lately they've been closing it also with Ordinary World. Two great songs, great closing songs as well. So yeah, a really good show. Green Day, of course, never disappoints. As far as the positives from this show, I would say that again, super high energy show. Can't complain with Billy Joe Armstrong like as a frontman of the band. A great, fantastic stage presence, and to me, this really proves that Green Day still got it, even after 25 years of being around, so many albums, so many concerts, and they still can put out a fantastic show that is just lots of energy and an amazing stage presence. They just still got it. And negatives, like I said before, a couple of things that I guess as an older Green Day fan, there's a few things that I've been noticing, like the fact that they played a slowed down version of Know Your Enemy, and that some of the songs were kind of cut in the middle of or in the 3/4 of the song, and the fact that but I think that the thing that is my biggest complaint about this new Green Day tour is the fact that it's become a little bit more predictable, or the Green Day shows have been very predictable lately, especially in the fact that they've been playing the exact same set list throughout the tour so far, and usually they've changed a few things here and there throughout the shows. And the last few tours that I've seen them, they always add a few surprises in each city. They play something that they haven't played before in a long time, or they do a couple of covers, or they do something different. In this tour, it's just been the exact same set list so far, so no element of surprise right there. And also, not only that, but their whole show has become also very predictable in the fact that if you've seen Green Day in the past, you know how the show starts with the Drunk Bunny at the beginning, then it moves on to the faster paced songs, then they move on to the greatest hits, the She, Longview, Hitching a Ride, and then they move on to the slower songs, and then they bring somebody on stage to play the guitar, then they bring somebody else to sing, then they play Knowledge, and then they play King for a Day, and then they play a couple of encores, and then at the end they close it with a couple of acoustic songs. It just sounds like a little bit formulaic. It seems like they're kind of like doing the same thing. It would be interesting to see them try something different, and I'm not saying try to play something completely different. It'd just be interesting to see them play a few new different songs, something that they haven't played in a while, or try a few different things. I don't know, it would just be kind of interesting to see them at least try something different that they haven't done in the last few years. But anyways, as far as that part, I can't complain. It's still a Green Day show, still a fantastic show. The songs are still great. Billy Joe Armstrong can still sing. I would say that he can sing better now that he's sober. So you can definitely tell the difference in his voice now compared to the live recordings from a few years ago when he was definitely drunk on stage. So the performance in that part, it was a little bit better, I think. And the show, as far as the fireworks, the pyrotechnics, and all those things were excellent as well. A little bit more minimalistic compared to the ones that they've done in the American Idiot and the 21st Century Breakdown tours, but I like them. I like the simpler they are. I think it's better for Green Day. I think that was definitely a hit. And yeah, I highly recommend still that you go see Green Day, especially if you haven't seen them before. You will definitely rock out to that show. They will get you dancing and jumping like a crazy person. But anyways, VC, that is my review of the concert. I highly recommend that you check it out. And let me know if you have any questions about this show. I will be doing a few more concert reviews in the next few days, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.